Good morning. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to Interfaith Chapel. Today we have the MSA, the Muslim Student Association, sharing their reflection on Mass ICNA, the Muslim American Society, and Islamic Circle of North America. This conference happened from the 24th of December through December 29th. And the conference was an opportunity for the Muslim Student Association to learn more about their faith, to connect deeper with the Muslim community, and to also have an experience where they go explore Chicago. It was an honor and privilege to be with MSA this year. About 30 students and myself took this journey. And one of the best memories for me is that I remember as we were coming back and throughout the whole conference is great. I think our reflection, you guys are going to share some of the reflection, but one of my most memorable moment is that I remember my son's supposed to come and his flight got delayed, and the amount of concerns the students had for it, and they really wanted to meet Tariq, and that put really joy into my heart, and I really appreciate that. And I appreciate for those who have babysit him, and I know you guys had so much fun, and he had a really great time. So I don't want to take up all the time because I want to give students opportunity to reflect. So I'll invite Shamarke, the president of MSA.
Thank you so much, Firdosa. Assalamu alaikum, everyone. Good morning. My name is Shamarke Omar. I'm the president of MSA. I'll be back here in a few minutes to talk about my experience, but first, I'd like to welcome Hafsa, our PR, so she can help us go through these slides.
Good morning, everyone. So I put together a presentation of our most memorable moments. This not working. So this is just a recap. That night is the first night where all the girls were wearing bati, which is a traditional Somali pajamas, and we all took a picture. The guys were clearly not invited. That one up there, we were in the Navy Pier Ferris wheel and we took it together. And that's the game night that we'd have every single night. And we met actually a lot of other MSA students from all around the nation, which was really cool. We can go to the next slide. So one of the most memorable people that we met is Yusuf Salam. And if you guys don't know Yusuf Salam, he spent years in prison for a crime he did not commit. He refused to be bitter about it, and he was wrongfully convicted of rape and assault, and he's part of the Central Park Five. It was very memorable talking to him because he talked about how his faith and Islam kind of led his way to being patient, and there was a long line for him, so we got lucky that we got to take a picture with him. And this is Umar Suleiman. He's an American Muslim scholar, and he's the face of the youth right now. And he was talking about a lot of different seminars and being Muslim in America, and it was really amazing that we also got to meet him. That's not majority of us, but most of us. And this is another sheikh they got to meet. He's a doctor and he teaches at Howard University. He specializes in community organization and nonprofit. It was super cool that we got to talk to him, and also we might have an opportunity to bring him to Augsburg if we have our annual dinner this year. So it was also cool getting to meet him as well. And this is Sheikh Abdullahi Erdo. He does public speeches and sermons, and he's also a revert to Islam. So it was really cool getting to meet him and hearing his story. And then this is Ahmed Mustafa. He's the MSA National Board Chair. So he is the one that runs the MSA National page. And it was super cool getting to talk to him because he told us some information on how to make MSA better. And it was kind of cool getting to take a picture with him. And then apart from all the male speakers, it was really cool to see Muslim women speakers and how full their the chairs were to listen to them. So Libna serves as a chaplain at the UCLA, and she's also a board member of the Yaqeen Institute, which Umar Suleiman had founded. And she gave a lot of lectures, and it was cool to see different perspectives of men and women and to see how they were speaking. And another person we got to meet was Sharina, and she currently serves as a youth director at Orlando Park Prayer Center. And she also leads like Islamic Halakha groups, which is like gatherings for like girls. So it's cool to see her like experience with like the youth and women. These are some MSA outings. The first picture is when we went ice skating. A couple people did get hurt, but regardless, it was really fun. And then the second picture is me and like 3 others. We biked to breakfast, and then we saw this like really cool like big legs place. I don't know, so we just took a picture there. And we also got to go to the aquarium. And the bottom picture is all of us at the Navy Pier. We did annoy the workers a lot to take a lot of pictures, so we got lucky. And those are some of the guys in our group that took a picture on like the Chicago lettering. And then that was like outside of our hotel. They had like a Lego looking thing. So they took a picture there. And then the other picture was the first night when the guys decided to ditch everybody and to go to the bean by themselves. So I did add their picture there too. And then, yeah, these are just like more pictures of them with Umar Suleiman again. A lot of people did come for to meet him, which was great to see him talk like multiple times. And I think that's like some like cosplay guy they saw at the convention they took a picture with. And then all this trip was made possible by the Augsburg MSA 2021-2022 board. So I would like to thank all of you guys and me as well. And then also follow our Instagrams because we will be putting up like a reel or like a video of our trip. So that's all.
Thank you so much, Hafsa. I hope you guys enjoyed that slideshow that Hafsa's put for you guys. For this next part, we'll be bringing up 6 students, including myself, to talk about, just to answer a few questions. What was our experience like with Masigna? What would you say our biggest takeaway was? And like, how did it benefit us? I'll go first. I'd say one of my favorite sessions at Masigna was they had these training workshops specifically for MSAs across the nation. It allows us to become more aware of what kind of leaders we wanted to be. It it helped us see clearly on how to serve the people that we are working with better. This was just a session that was very specific for just the board members. We got to ask a lot of questions to Ahmed Mustafa, which was the guy on the power slides. Another session that I personally enjoyed was a session that was about compliance with like Sharia law and home financing and investments. I'm a finance major, so I wanted to learn more about that. And I was very happy to just go into the convention and ask the speakers specific questions about that, because I was always curious about how that works. And another way, I mean, how would I describe the experience or Masigna in general? I would say it was a combination of fun and a lot of information that benefited me a lot. And it was very amazing to see or to hear from speakers that students from such a small school, such as Augsburg, which is also a Lutheran school, come from all the way here at Minneapolis to Chicago to partake in that. Now I'd like to invite the next student, Khalid Umar, just to go share his experience with us.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Khalid Umar. I'd like to thank Perdosa and the board, everyone else who made this possible. It was a really good experience for all of us. Really blessed trip. For me personally, it was my first time on a plane, and so it was new, it was different. They were making fun of me the whole time. But a lot of the time for me personally was spent on my personal growth and just we spent a lot of time chasing after the speakers, getting pictures and asking them questions. And specifically we asked like guys like Suleiman Hani and Umar Suleiman and Ahmed. We asked them a lot of questions about how we can make our MSA better and what we can bring back to our community. We asked them like how we can make it more inclusive, how we can involve other student groups, what more we can do for our community. And my biggest takeaway is just taking their advice that they gave us and implementing it back into our community to actually making a better MSA for us and for everyone here at campus. Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Abdurrahman Noor. My biggest takeaway from this trip was, first of all, this is my very first time going to Mass ICNA, and I would like to thank Fardosa and the board for letting me be a part of this trip. One takeaway that I'll like to mention was I asked Suleiman Hani, like, what is one key advice for me to take away and to be successful in this life is, he told me, hold the book and read the Quran, as it would succeed on the day of judgment as a partner to you, like you were on this day, on this earth. Salam.
Good morning, everyone, and assalamu alaikum. My name is Ridwan Dahir, and I'm currently a senior, and this is also my first time going to Mass Fitna. I've been wanting to go since I transferred in, but I appreciate the board and Firdausa doing everything they could to take us there. And my experience with Mass Fitna was truly amazing. Towards the beginning, I was a bit nervous because I didn't know 2/3 of everybody there, but alhamdulillah, I got to meet amazing people, and they all reminded me of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And my biggest takeaway, I think it was the last day, and I wasn't gonna go to any of the lectures, but I was gonna go to the lost and grief one. And then I walked 15 minutes from my hotel room, and when I reached there, I accidentally went to the wrong room. And to make it worse, we also had the lecturer that was supposed to be speaking, his flight got delayed. So I was like, oh crap, should I just leave? And then he started talking about Allah's timing. And last semester has been pretty hard for me. I thought about what I was gonna do after graduation. So, and then he started talking about ways that we as Muslims need to rely on Allah, and how we shouldn't plan without relying on him. So I took that as a sign that like his words were truly speaking to me through what I've been making dua for. And I just really appreciated that. And then how did it benefit me personally? I feel like this experience could somehow be an Augsburg experience, because even looking at the other students, I feel as if not only did we gain personal growth, but I felt as if we all spiritually leveled up, and I really appreciated that. So thank you.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Camilo Noor, and this has been a truly wonderful experience for me because I'm an aspiring doctor, and I know that I'm going to be spending years in school, and medical school is very expensive. So going into this trip, my biggest thing that I wanted to do was meet other Muslims in the medical field and get a kind of a coaching so that I can know what to do and what not to do, because riba, which is interest, is haram in our religion. And I'm like, how am I gonna go to medical school, being able to pay for it without taking out interest? So it was really cool to meet so many Muslims from all walks of life and being able to get some coaching from them and have that type of community and connectivity with them, and being able to ask for advice on anything. Because if I asked some of my normal teachers, they wouldn't understand the sensitivity around my personal religiosity that comes with going to school and doing normal things that everyone else does. And also, it made me feel grateful for a lot of the things that I have that I took for granted. Being in Minneapolis and having such a big Muslim community, we have, every year we have Mass Minnesota, which is like Mass ICNA, but a lot smaller. And I have that type of community that I can go to and be a part of. But I met a Bangladeshi sister, and she said in her high school, when she was going to school, she was the only Muslim there. And that was until her cousin joined her, which was the other Muslim. So I couldn't imagine living in a country where I was like the only Muslim in the whole entire school. That would feel very, very awkward, which made me appreciate the community that we have at Augsburg, the community that I had at my high school, and the community at large that we have in Minneapolis. And I would like to invite Enzo to the stand.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Enzo Sahel. I'm a sophomore here at Augsburg University. And I guess my biggest takeaway from Mass ICNA is that I can always surround myself with knowledge, I guess, whether that be through knowledgeable friends or just learning something new every single day. There was a lot to learn at Mass ICNA, and I realized that it doesn't have to be only there. It doesn't have to be in those 5 days that I was there that I just learn everything and then I move on, to take everything that I learned that through this trip and implement it throughout my life. So it was nice to learn that while also being surrounded by really amazing people. I got to make friends with people that I thought I wouldn't, and every single night we would always come together and play games. So that was really nice, and I feel like we all just really connected, and we have this like bond now where everybody like just talks to each other and there's no awkwardness. So it was really nice to connect with all the other Muslim students at Augsburg. And yeah, I guess that was what I really liked about this. So thank you guys.
Yep, that about completes everyone's just reflection about Mass ICNA. At this time, if you guys have any questions, would be more than happy to answer them for you. If not, thank you all for coming. I hope you are all just educated on what Mass ICNA is and that we were able to share our experience with you. Thank you all for coming.